Greetings. Namaste. To one spirit called love, spirituality in a modern world. Now, on a side note, sometime in 2024, I will start teaching metaphysical healing art workshops. And it relates to the 4 quadrants of nutrition. The nutrition you put in your mind, nutrition you put in your body, nutrition you put in your emotion, nutrition you put in your spirit creates the 4 quadrants of nutrition. Now I'm just checking around right now and trying to find the time because I'm working on at least 20 projects at one time. A project is your job. A project is medical. Your project is your children. Everything in your life that you devote your time to is called a project. So I have at least 20 projects going on simultaneously. It's called life. Now, as it goes through, each thing gets completed, it moves on, and then new stuff happens. That's called life. So you have always 20 projects going on at one time. These things you don't think about, but dude, really, you wake up every morning, you then have a ritual. What's your ritual? A routine. You get up, you go to the restroom, you get your drink, whether it's coffee, water, whatever, you have your routine. Your routine is your project. It's called life. Okay, now, as I'm talking to my mom this morning, I get off the phone because she had asked me about, she was basically saying she's not feeling so good. So then I asked a couple questions, and then I told her, well, don't you got such and such in your cabinet? Yeah, well, then why didn't you take it? Well, I don't know, I forgot. That's life. You forget things, you know? There's too much in life to remember because you have too many projects. So, so after she finally figured it out, then she can go and take her goodies. And then, pretty much, it's been a very stressful morning because there's always too much happening. So what I was planning on is far from what is happening. Yeah, okay, my ritual was not even going to happen for this day off. There's too many inclinations that keep popping up. And that's pretty much, machines tell you when it's time to take a break. And number 2, the universe says, nope, it's time to stop and start doing this. But you're busy doing your own thing, and the universe says, nope, stop, because you're going to do this. So with everything that just kept going on in the morning, it's like finally reaches 10 a.m. Well, I'm stressed out. I've been working on the same deal that had nothing to do with what I was trying to do this morning. Lo and behold, after I hung up from my mom, then I got my crystals out, and they relate to the 7 chakras and then some. Because you have many, many, many different types of crystals that help alleviate, release the toxins in your being. That's how it works. Now, after I hung up, I put my hands on my head like, oh my goodness, what is going on, right? Can I just have a day of relaxing? Can I just have a day to do what I want to do? Without the universe saying, nope, you're going to do this. So pretty much, the universe says that it's time to do something different. Like this morning, it's raining. What does that mean? When I was a kid, I looked up at the sky and I thought, somebody up there is crying. And as I got older, I realized that it's Mother Nature is crying for her children because her children, which are called human beings, are misbehaving. So she is crying, sending messages to the world to behave themselves because they are hurting their mother. So after I'm done talking to my mom, I hang up. I got my hands in my head, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? The universe then tells me, pick up my crystals. I hold my crystals in my hand. I rub them together. When you hold them, You have healing hands. And I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I know exactly where to put my hands on the human body to release the toxins. I got certified back in, 2012. So yeah, a long time. Anyways, moving on. Put them in my hand, and that's how you cleanse your crystals. You can cleanse them in salt. You can cleanse them under the moonlight. There are different ways to cleanse your crystals because they collect all the energies of toxins. Toxins are negative emotion. Toxins are emotion. And toxins come from the thought process in the human brain, not mind, in the human brain, that then it goes through the portals into the human emotion. And then all of a sudden, whew, life starts happening, because then you start physically doing something because you're having an emotion. That's the way it works. It's a synchronicity. Now, when I hold them in there, I did that because when I hung up the phone, the crystal falls down onto the table, and it is, I'm trying to find the camera, it is the tiger's eye. Now, the tiger's eye is really cool. When I went to take my class, Healing with Crystals, she said, pick any crystal you want. So this is the one I picked. She said, it's speaking to you. It was meant to be for you. So basically, it's a tiger's eye. Tiger's eye relates to the solar plexus. Solar plexus because each chakra contains a color, and the solar plexus is yellow. Tiger's eye follows under the yellow, which is in color psychology, in the color spectrum. Now, the tiger's eye is focus, alertness, and clarity are the keywords of tiger's eye. It is a powerful stone, often used to attract and maintain wealth, brings calm and wisdom so we can use power harmoniously. And of course, my wealth is wealth of knowledge. I'm 12 years old. I'm at the library, public library. I want to read all the library books in the library because I want all that knowledge. I'm in my 20s. I'm in the library in college. I want to read all the library books in the world because I want all the knowledge of the world. And this I have learned how to obtain and conquer. Because when you receive too much information, how do you filter that in from your mind, which is 5D, fifth dimension, into your human brain, which is 3D, third dimension? How do you correlate? It has to go through the fourth dimension. It has to go through the portal. So each portal is in between to the core being. So you got the 3D, and in between the between, which is mind, body, emotion, spirit, goes into 5D, fifth dimension. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a mathematical calculation. And that mathematical calculation, my friends, comes from 5D, fifth dimension. You are right now accumulating and learning math in 3D, third dimension. It's a whole nother ballgame. Just like the time zones in the galaxies and the universes have a different time zone than the Earth time zone. What are you doing? You're using a Gregorian calendar, which is a man-made concept of your days and weeks, and you're doing the math and so on and so forth. It is man-made concepts. It's not rocket science, folks. No. 4D, fourth dimension is called logic. It's between the human brain and the mind. It is called logic. Okay, now moving on. Now, the tiger's eye is brown and black, found in southern Africa and Australia. This stone will help you identify your addictions and give you willpower to overcome them. What are you overcoming? That is the question. Because you decided to collect some energy and said, I own this, it's mine. And now I'm angry, sad, and depressed because I decided it was mine. Hello? Really? Was it necessary to collect that energy? Because someone else was giving it out, you thought, oh, it's mine. And why did you do that? Because you're thinking with your feeling. You're thinking with your emotion. Hello, hello. Now, after I put those back, the crystals, and I found the yellow, and I put them back, and as I'm doing this, the one that pops out, of course, is the lovely jade. Now, the jade, I don't really know where this camera is. It really blows my mind how this stuff works. Technology. Sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out the camera. So that's a jade crystal. Yeah, okay. Me and technology don't get along. Never have and never will. It's just a waste of energy, whoever created it in the first place. It drives a person batty. Now, jade is the fourth chakra. So here we got wealth of knowledge. You got all this information. What you going to do with it? Well, anytime an experience happens in life, what do? Do you have an emotion about it? Really? Are you 2 years old emotionally? Emotionally mature. Ask any 2-year-old child, what is the first word they know? No. Now, why is that? Because you are subliminally brainwashed from the moment of conception in your mother's womb. You will learn about the word no from the day of get-go. Hey, look, that rhymes. I love when that happens. Now, when it happens, you then look up at the sky and you say to the universe, not, why is this happening to me? Blah, blah, blah. You're just emotionally 2 years old. Emotionally grow up. You look up at the sky and you say, what am I to learn from this experience? What am I to learn? Then you will get a sign from the universe, symbol, and a metaphor. Just like the pictograph and chicken scratch. Symbol is a picture, a metaphor is words. So you get symbologies and metaphors from the universe. You will get ducks flying in the sky, or you get a pile of ants. Well, ants mean what? And how many there are mean what? You got your symbologies and metaphors. You have to look for them, okay? The universe is constantly talking to you. The spirit realm is constantly talking to you. You have to learn how to pay attention. That's your job. That's your purpose in life. That is your goal. Learn it, live it, love it. Because the more you learn to love your hates, the more you will receive the things that you love. Really. Now, where did that come from? Me, myself, and I. And I'm just passing the knowledge on to you. Oh, boy. Okay. Now, moving on. Because we have to find the funnies in life. Like the other day, I'm not having such a good day. Too many things are happening. And my coworker, I talked to him a few minutes later, and things were happening to him. And his spreader to spread the fertilizer, it's like the tire got flat, and then the hand spreader like fell off of his truck, and it broke. And it's like, we're both having a heck of a day. And I look at him, and the only thing I could say is, may the force be with you. Like Star Wars, you know? So that was my motto for the day, because you have to find a funny in any negative, because you need to change the heart smiles. Okay? So when it's not happening, that means it's time to switch gears, and the universe is telling you it's time to switch gears. Get out of the rut. So now I got, for scrying, we have yes and no. Now, up and down is yes, and left and right is no. So then we are now speaking to the spirit realm, and we are asking first for the spirits to come and communicate with us. I'm calling upon all the enlightened deities of past, present, and future. Before I go on, keynote, if you don't know what you're doing, don't ever call up any spirits, any ghost, anything from the other side, because the minute you do, they come, they're going to want to take a soul back with them. So never, ever do this on your own. You only do this with a professional. Now, I've been doing this for all of my life, and I'm over 60 years old. I was born an HEB, highly enlightened being. You are born as a B, which is a being. You then create and learn about creating knowledge, not intellect. That's government secular education and subliminal messages and brainwashing. No, I'm not talking intellect. Any child can learn intellect. It is a learned behavioral pattern that you are taught. And then you learn how to regurgitate that information out of your mouth because you learned it from a book. No. Now, I was born in HEB, so you go from a B to an EB, and then you go to HEB, highly enlightened being. And I have many, many, many things that come up in life that show me I am an HEB. Trust me, this is not something that you play with. This is real. And you better know what you're doing. Don't play with something you don't know, because guess what? You will just create havoc in your world. And you will create things that you had no desire to accumulate in this world. That's the way life is. Now, when you know what you're doing, you can then go forward into your purpose in life. Now, I'm calling upon all enlightened deities of past, present, future to help guide me through these moments in time. And when I ask the question and the answer is yes, the pendulum will swing this way. And when I ask a question and the answer is no, the pendulum will swing this way. Typically, your pendulum is actually a crystal. This was a gift, so I'm using it. But technically, you want a crystal, and you want a crystal like as if it was jade. Whatever particular chakra you're trying to heal is what crystal you are using. That's the whole point of channeling with crystals. Now, the questions that have been illuminating in my mind, of course stimulated from my brain, which then move through the portals to my mind, is, was today Saturday? Yes or no? Yes. It's a little hesitant because the day is not over, so I can't say was. I have to say is today. It's all about the words that create the power in what it is that you seek. Now, as the days roll by, am I becoming a more powerful HEB? Yes. Was I brought to earth to help heal other beings on earth because I am an HEB? Am I here to heal? Yes or no? Yes. And as I'm healing, do other beings such as humans and animals, etc., learn how to live a more positive and happy life? See, the spirit realm is very good to me because I respect it. Always respect what it is that you ask for. And you always give thanks. And for this, I have asked my 3 questions for the day. I limit my energy to products, a certain amount of energy, because that is life. I still have many things to do. I'm in the middle of cooking and all this good jazz for the week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner on one day, so I have it for the rest of the week, because I wasn't born to cook and clean, for Pete's sake. I have other things to do in life. So I want to make sure each meal has 50 different ingredients. That's the way I cook. So I want it to be healthy and filling, and not the type of, like, split your gut open because you're so full you can't move. Dude, I got too many things to do. I can't be sitting. Now, while I was meditating, because of course the world meditates at 4 a.m. around the world, today usually I listen to like piano meditation, meditation, any type of meditation music. Down tempo, deep house down tempo. I like, some psych trance, glitch hop, not too much. I really can't stand progressive. It's too much, because it makes no sense. There is no rhythm there. It is frequency and rhythmic vibrations, but the frequencies are like a bunch of static to me. It's like, dude, I don't need static in my ears and my head, dude. Seriously. Moving on. So today I went back 9 years. I've been on SoundCloud since the early 2000s, and I'm listening to some Liquid Bloom back, 9-10 years ago. That's the good stuff. You gotta go back to your roots to make a reconnection. And it's a beautiful day on a Saturday, even though it's rainy. Mother Nature is crying, telling her children to behave. And life is love, love is life. Blessings from Reverend Dr. Juanita Lewis, DDIB, PhD. And thank you for your support. And if you like my YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and all that jazz. And may the force be with you.